Welcome back to Texas Top Homes, where home buying, selling, and financing are all simplified. I'm your host, Freeman Sawyer. With me is my co-host, Tracy Wiesman. Today we're visiting with one of Texas' top builders, Ronnie Carter with First Texas Homes. Ronnie, thanks for being on the show.
You're welcome. Good to be here.
So what are your price points out there in Bower Ranch?
Okay. Bower Ranch starts in the low 3s to the low 4s on the base price. So that's the price structure for the community, okay? Which would come from around 2,700 to 4,300 square feet.
Okay.
So they pick the floor plan that they like. Most people have a need. They want so many bedrooms. They want this. Most people don't come in focused on square footage. And if they are, I try to quickly get them off of that. Let's don't worry about the square footage because
let's get you what you want.
Let's get to what you want. Because
Sure.
for the most part, the more square footage the house starts at, the lower the price per square foot is. So then it becomes a value deal.
Now, earlier you had mentioned about custom upgrades. Are there some fan favorites that you see out there or changes that people have?
Well, some of our more common floor plans, real popular. There are some normal things that pretty much everyone does. Like, let's just give you a specific floor plan, for instance. Let's say in the Hillcrest. If you're going to build a Hillcrest, let's say I'm a consumer, I'm going to do a curved staircase. I'm going to do a hall option, and I'll explain what those are if you like. Hall option, maybe an open kitchen, which would be called a California kitchen. I'm going to add a big covered patio and a butler's pantry. In my opinion, anytime you build that floor plan, you need to do all 5 of those things, okay? Now, a couple of those things are subjective. Curved staircase and California kitchen. There's no, okay, so maybe I prefer the standard kitchen. I just do. So those 5 things I would say on a Hillcrest you would do. So on a Brentwood, there's fewer. Okay.
Gotcha.
Now those are things. A lot of times they're actually listed on our floor plan slick. It'll show a hall option. It'll show a curved staircase. It'll show a butler's pantry.
Okay.
In that floor plan, we can give you single formal, which would be a big dining. We can do dual formals with the formal living and a dining. We can do with a butler's pantry, without a butler's pantry, all on that same floor plan. Okay.
Sure.
Now, beyond that, the big things that people do, which I have noticed lately, would be adding square footage. Best thing you can do with me is add square footage. If the house is, say, finishes out at $108 a square foot, after that's what it appraises for, that's what you buy it for. During your build time, you decided you want to move this wall out 2 feet in the master side of the house. Well, you pay me $65 a square foot. So you're making $45 a square foot every one you buy from me.
Sure.
So that's why I encourage it so much.
What a value that is.
That's a great value, right? So what does the bank want to know? How big is it? How much is it?
That's right.
They don't want to know what kind of texture you have on the wall, if you have granite in the bathroom.
Right.
They want to know how big is it and how much is it, right?
That's right.
So obviously we sell houses to women. Let's just be real here. Women, what do they want? Bigger closet, nicer kitchen, right?
Bigger bathrooms.
So I focus on that. I try to make sure the closet sizes are adequate. Now, that's doing an inventory home.
Sure.
And obviously, if I'm doing a build job for someone, we will have that discussion. Hey, you can do that. I can do this and do this to help you with the closet, and that is generally a big hit for
They
sure.
love it.
Now, another thing is maybe our secondary bedrooms for the industry are large. I mean, we don't even do 12 by 12s typically in our 5 bedrooms. They're bigger, and 12 by 12 is usually considered good, right? So a lot of times people will do things that will make them even larger. I have some houses that maybe have a 13.5 by 15.5 kids bedroom with a closet that is bigger than my master at home, right? So those would be some of the main things. Making the bathrooms, maybe the bathroom, the closet, and some of the upstairs bedroom. Ironically, one thing that typically doesn't get done on that specific floor plan is square footage to the master bedroom because it's already a great size.
It's already big.
Yeah, and the secondary bedrooms are good size for that matter. But if you're trying to widen the house to make the closet and the bathroom bigger, upstairs above it needs to be wider. So a side effect is making the secondary bedrooms or the media room a little larger.
Right.
Sure. And what about patios? Are people putting in big patios these days?
Yeah. That's my big deal. In Texas, you need some artificial shade. I have a lot of people coming from other parts of the country. You may not have lived here. Just let me tell you, you want to do this. Trust me. Right. And one good thing that we haven't touched on, and I just thought of it, in Bower and Pemberly Estates, we do not have easements in the rear. Usually you'll have a utility easement, say 5, 7.5, or 10 foot from the back fence,
sure,
that you cannot put anything permanent over. Mm-hmm. Those don't exist in Bower and Pemberly for the most part. There's a couple of lots that they snuck through a gas easement to get to another street that maybe have a small portion of their lot have an easement, but by and large there are no utility easements in the back.
So it's all
so that's
usable.
just additional yard that the buyer gets to use for sure for pools or whatever that they want to do.
That's
permanent.
great. Yeah.
So
nice.
Ronnie, give us your website.
www.firsttexashomes.com.
If somebody wants to call you and set an appointment to come look at some houses,
682-518-8081.